The only thing worse than being blind is having sight with no vision. Helen Keller said that, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite. Unfortunately, she was blind and deaf since infancy, but she was a well-known visionary in her field. Vision is your imagination about how your future should look like. It's your long-term goal that you focus your efforts on. Vision plays an essential role in unifying and directing your efforts. It is a binding force that stacks your daily achievements on top of each other. Without a vision, your efforts are like a wheel without a linchpin. Vision determines the outcome of your efforts. Here's how you can create a vision that will guide you through the ups and downs. First, define clear goals and the efforts that you're willing to put in to achieve them. Number 2, there is no room for vagueness here. Number 3, you should have a clear idea of your goals. Number 4, you have to know what you have to do to get there. Number 5, imagining the goal without a plan is a dream, a hallucination, but not a vision. Divide your journey into small stages. Have definite milestones that will lead you to your ultimate destination. Obsessing the result makes you frustrated. Achieving great things demands command and composure. Frustration is the last thing you want to be when chasing a goal. Be humble and flexible. The universe does not work under the whims of humans. When things go south, accept that you cannot control everything. Have some patience. Do not expect results immediately. Focus on your circle of influence. I'm not saying that you should compromise on your dreams. All I'm saying is that you don't have to be rigid and tight. Hit the gas when the road is smooth. Slow down when it's bumpy. Take a detour when it's blocked. Never back down. Don't you ever give up. Vision is not something that you abandon when things are not going your way. It is a thing to cling to when winds howl. Abandoning your vision is as good as not having a vision at all in the first place. Keep track of your progress. Life is a messy thing, no doubt. A clear perception of your progress will ensure that you don't lose your vision. If you can envision it, you can achieve it. Think, plan, and go get it. You can do it if I can do it. Good luck. Louis Pasteur was a great scientist, but the guy was absent on his wedding day. He was working in his lab on the day of his wedding. Pasteur wanted to get married. He was dying to get married. Only he was so immersed in his goals that he had forgotten about the wedding. Pasteur created pasteurization, a technique used to preserve milk, and a whole lot of other things. It was because of his drive to excel that he achieved a long list of accomplishments. Drive is an overriding desire that propels anyone to take action. Hunger is drive. Thirst is drive. Sexual desire is a drive. Drive is what keeps entrepreneurs work for crazy hours. It is the emotion that makes the top athletes train with vigor for hours without anybody watching. There's not a single successful person who does not have drive. Do you want to know who does not have any drive? Quitters do not have it. People who do not follow through with their New Year's resolution do not have it. People who do not reach their true potential do not have it. People who run from their responsibilities absolutely do not have it. If you want to get something, then you must have an overriding desire to achieve it. So many people have said it countless times, success has no shortcuts. But what if I do not have any drive to achieve something in the first place? You may ask. Well, then create it. Buddha taught how to develop drive ages ago. He explained that our desire is like an elephant. It is strong and nothing can stand in its path. But it has a rider riding it. Remember that. And we call it consciousness. All the rider has to do is nudge it in the right direction, and the elephant will follow his command. And that is a key. Create conscious efforts to focus on your goals. Once you have developed a rationale around your objective, your desire will become as strong as an elephant. Good luck. See you in the next. About 50% of businesses fail before the end of their 5th year in operation. Their overall failure rate was 90% in the year 2019. There's a serious risk involved in the business world, no doubt. Risk is integral to becoming successful. It comes with the territory. Risk-taking is unavoidable in business. But why is everyone so psyched about taking a risk? Why is risk necessary for the growth of a business? Well, taking a risk pays off handsomely. There is not a single self-made billionaire in the world who became wealthy without taking a risk. Think about it. Isn't it risky for a grad student to drop out of a college to create a startup? I'm sure you know whom I'm talking about. But would we have Microsoft if Bill Gates didn't take the plunge? Heck, wouldn't have KFC, the old man did not hedge it all in his fried chicken business. Failure is not final for risk takers. Elon Musk is a world-famous risk taker. He's very well known for risks. The guy invested all his fortune into building 3 companies. And now all those companies are world leaders in their fields. You might know them by the name of SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity. SpaceX launched 3 rockets that burst into flames before their 4th successful launch. But how do you hit the jackpot without getting into trouble? The art is to manage risk, not eliminate it. It's impossible. The rewards of success outweigh the risk of failure, then it is a safe bet to get on. And you should always keep a check on your risk-taking appetite. Managing risk is easier said than done. Keeping your emotions away from the decision-making process is very crucial. An effective way to do that is to define clear boundaries before you dive into the action. You must calculate how much you will lose if things go south. Anything can go wrong and will go wrong, and you better be prepared for that. Risk-taking won't affect you if you can withstand the expected losses. The life without risk-taking is a life not lived fully. Manage the risk, calculate the stakes, and chase the success with all your might. Persuasion. Making people do what you want is a wet dream of every business owner. Am I right? In the good old days, this was easy. The markets were small, demand was high, and the supply was not enough. People had no options but to buy from you. But that's not the case today. You want loyal customers? There are hundreds of businesses serving the same thing. You go to Amazon, you'll know what I mean. Why should someone not explore them? Why should they keep coming back to you? You have to answer that if you want to get what you want. That's the art of persuasion. The success heavily depends on your persuasion powers. Intelligence and talent do not even make the cut. Surprise, surprise, talent is overrated. Nobody sees something from the same angle anymore. You need persuasion skills to make people follow your thinking. Look for what others desire. This is the key to persuasion. It might seem crazy, but that's how it is done. Give what people want, and they'll give you what you want. You want people to do what you want them to do. See from their point of view. No matter how logical you are, people will not understand you if you don't talk on their terms. Remove all hurdles. Your advice should follow like water. Remove the pain points if there are any. Retailers have made shopping addictive by doing this. You need shoes? You don't have to get dressed and go to the mall to buy them. You just have to click a button and it'll come to you, as if your wish had been granted by a genie, right? Be simple. People hate complicated stuff. Express yourself in plain language. Avoid technical jargon. Be eloquent. Be clear and concise does not mean you have to dump it down. Use power words that inspire action. Talk to people in words that grab attention. Be persuasive by using these techniques. People will do what you want them to do. And sometimes they will thank you for telling them to do it. Goodbye. Intelligence is overrated. It is. What if I told you that a man smarter than Einstein is living with cows as I speak? His name is Christopher Langan. Look him up on the internet. Being smart does not guarantee growth or success. Psychologists studied people striving to succeed in different fields. They observed West Point cadets, spelling bee competitors, sales and marketing professionals, to name a few. What happened? And they concluded that all the successful individuals had one thing in common: grit. Grit is staying focused on your goal and dare to face any challenges. It has far-reaching effects. In 1972, a researcher at Stanford observed the grit of a few children. The children were offered an immediate small reward or a bigger reward if they wait 15 minutes. After about 20 years, the researcher did a follow-up study. They found that kids who showed persistence to get the bigger reward were more successful in life than the kids who did not. Now, you might be thinking about whether you can develop grit or not. After all, this quality has a direct correlation to success. The good news is, yes, you can develop grit. All you have to do is remember that failure is not permanent. So next time if you get a low score on your SATs, don't lose hope. It's not the last time you can appear on an SAT. If you lose a job, remember, it's not the last job on earth. By remembering this, you will develop a habit of focusing on the room for improvement. And therefore, you realize it, you will develop a gigantic grit in yourself. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. See you in the next. Focus. Focus is so important because it is a gateway to all thinking, perception, memory, learning, reasoning, problem solving, and decision making. Without good focus, all aspects of your ability to think will suffer. A simple reality: if you can't focus effectively, you can't think effectively. If you focus solely on your career, you can reach your goals and big levels in your career. Honestly speaking, That is a core skill or a strategy that a very tiny portion of people in the world do. That's all they do. They did nothing but that one thing. They became exceptionally good in a narrow domain, highly focused on that one thing, and that led to mastery. They were laser focused on what they wanted. They worked like 90 to 100 hours a week. I've done it. It's hard on them. No life, no recreation, no entertainment, but still enjoy what they do and did their best. I swear, except for my sleeping time, shower, and getting ready, all I did was work, work, work. And nothing but what I loved doing all day and night for more than a decade. I ate my breakfast, lunch, and dinner at work. It usually takes 10,000 hours or more to become the best, the master, the ultimatum to achieve mastery, nothing less. If you want to be the best scientist, top-level mathematician, top-notch developer, or anything that's big, high level of focus will make you a genius. You become dedicated, sometimes unidimensional, to achieve mastery. That's exactly how you make the world look at you. You must win the world, win the people, and the society around you. Extreme level of focus will give you the highest level of success in that one area you love. That's the one and only way. Maybe you can expand and branch out later. Success will enable you to win their hearts naturally. Good luck. See you soon. Mindset matters. Thomas Edison was famous for repeatedly trying to develop the bulb unsuccessfully. When he finally did make one, a reporter asked him this in the press conference: "How did it feel to fail 1,000 times?" He said, "I did not fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." Beautiful, isn't it? He replied, "This is a perfect example of how people see the same thing differently." Edison saw failure as a chance to learn, to improve. The reporter saw failure as a stamp of defeat. Mindset is a set of beliefs that decides how you perceive the world and events around you. Researchers have done extensive studies on the topic of mindset. The results are astounding. They show that mindset is a differentiating distinction between winners and losers. Professor Carroll, who is a leading psychologist, categorizes mindset into two types. She calls them growth mindset and fixed mindset. The growth mindset focuses on room for improvement. It teaches you that abilities can be developed. It says, "Hey, falling is fine." It says tomorrow can always be better than today if you try, right? People with a fixed mindset are prisoners of the present. They result from admitting their inadequacies. They surrender to the finality of failure. And this keeps them from overcoming their shortcomings. Edison had a growth mindset. It's obvious, right? His growth mindset helped him get 1,100 inventions. Having a growth mindset makes you ahead of your competition. But having a visionary mindset makes you ahead of your time. The visionary mindset is the ability to perceive the future based on the present. You can bet on the skyrocketing success of any person with a visionary mindset. Many examples. I'll give you a pair of examples. The Winklevoss twins. You might remember them from the 2010 movie, The Social Network. They went to a legal battle against Mark Zuckerberg. As a result, they received a settlement of $65 million from Zuckerberg. But you might be unaware that they also got into a crypto arena when Bitcoin was trading at around $8. Their story doesn't end at this. These visionary twins have also founded many numerous crypto companies, Gemini, for example. And today, they are estimated to be worth over $6 billion. If you can grasp the future needs of people, you'll get staggering success. Develop a habit of calculating the consequences of any action. Is there another sharp twist coming into the crypto saga? Will your skill set be in demand in the future? What the new trends in consumer spending means for your small business? Develop a visionary mindset by pondering on future problems. Develop it and you will get what you crave. Having the right mindset matters. Innovation. Innovation is a key to survival. It is as essential as breathing. It is a rebirth, if I may, of any business. To be innovative is not to imagine something new that is related to creativity. To innovate is to make something better that is financially beneficial. What happens to business that do not innovate? They definitely perish. In business, just like in nature, the survival of the fittest is most likely. When the weather changes, it is not the strongest and the mightiest that survive. It is the one who is willing to change themselves to innovate according to the environment. And the weather changes all the time. It sure does. Days become nights, young become old, strong become weak, and essential things become useless. Innovation is a necessity for survival. Nokia, for example, was once a giant in the telecommunication industry. They did all the right things but refused to get on board with the Android revolution. And now they are nowhere to be seen. Now, I'm going to share 5 proven techniques that will make you the master of innovation. So please pay close attention. The first one is that you have to be imaginative to be innovative. Innovation is the outcome of out-of-the-box thinking. Think of an alternative and effective ways to do a thing. Brainstorm ideas and don't shy away from testing them. The second most important technique is to challenge the boundaries. Innovation is pointless if it does not expand the limits. Focus on improving results. Don't take limitations as final. Third, be friends with people better than you. This one is more crucial than you think it is. All your abilities tend to meet the level of people around you. Sit with 3 innovative persons regularly and you'll become the 4th one. Sit with 4 morons regularly, definitely you'll become the 4th one too. 4th, know your audience. Find out how your customers spend their days. What their pain points? What are their pain points? What is the thing that they want? What is the thing that they need? Talk to someone. That's the last but the most crucial way to add innovation to your life. Your brilliant thought can be the stupidest idea one could ever have. You should share your plans with your confidant and see what they think about it. In the end, you'll be the judge of whether you should dive into it or shelve it off. Creativity and innovation. I would rather call it creative innovation, which is a part of launching and running a successful startup. See you next time. Discipline, the hidden meaning behind discipline. No matter who you are, why discipline is the gateway to success. What is the importance of self-discipline to entrepreneurs? Can anyone succeed without self-discipline? No way. It's impossible. And you know that. But we still don't take it seriously and we complain that things are not happening no matter how hard we work. Does this ring a bell? Do you know that simply understanding the correct meaning of discipline could accelerate your financial freedom? Learning how to be disciplined is easier than we thought. Trust me. If you'd like to know why, then sit back as we unpack the hidden meaning behind discipline. As an entrepreneur, when we first started, our visions were usually distant from our reality. We might have to fetch them from the abstract world of ideas and then put them in physical form. This could be a store, this could be a firm, or online business. This is usually the process that takes place over and over again for a while. Every entrepreneur must talk to their vision. Every entrepreneur must set an appointment with their vision. The process of keeping this communication going is called discipline. People who are self-disciplined achieve something 95% of people struggle to do. Discipline makes you outstanding and awesome eventually. Let's take an example. Les Brown provided this by racing against the box he had been put in. He was told that he had mental issues that would prevent him from participating in normal activities. Nonetheless, he just focused on his goal. He even applied to a broadcasting station to keep close to his dream. He knew what he wanted, but he knew it took discipline. It took patience. It took learning. Until he got his big break by chance, he was disciplined enough to grab it with both hands. And eventually, he became one of the best motivational speakers who has changed so many people's life. Discipline comes from the Latin word discipulus, which was later transformed to disciplina. It meant knowledge or instruction. The word disciplina was then merged with the English word disciple, which means follower or to follow. Therefore, the three ideas behind the word discipline are: number one, knowledge; number two, instruction; and number three, to follow. To be a successful entrepreneur, you must do this. Number one, to know. Know what you want. Know the kind of business you are venturing into. It may be through a degree or through experience, doesn't matter. Even if this means working in the industry before starting your own. And number two, instruct. Drop instructions that will help you get there. Instruct your vision with a business plan or just a day-to-day action plan. Instruct your vision with commitment. Instruct your vision with milestones and review them often. Plan the route including the cost of toll gates. Yes, that's right. And number three, follow. Follow those instructions. Take the steps to the vision. Put the knowledge and instruction into action. Be a disciple of your own vision. Don't let emotions stop you. Don't let failure stop you. Don't let discouragement stop you. Don't let unpleasant circumstances stop you. It's only you and your vision. Go for it. Don't look back. Own it. Be disciplined. Discipline doesn't only help you by starting something, it also helps you keep it. Discipline keeps you focused on the vision, not the road that leads you there. Rocks may cause you to stumble. Mountains may be hard to climb, but discipline carries you. With discipline, funding won't stop you. Rejection won't stop you. Entrepreneurs will never rest until they see their vision come to life. The world needs disciplined entrepreneurs like you. Let's explore how to bring discipline in our life. Number one, start doing things that require discipline, like exercising. 1 hour, 3 times a week, or just twice a week. But start. Be consistent. Review the results. Number 2, when you become successful in disciplining one part of your life, the rest becomes easier. Train your body. Then train your mind. You will naturally start training your subconscious mind. You will eventually train your soul. Number 3, study other success stories of discipline. Everything you see that has been created took discipline. The airplanes were once just an imagination. Smartphones were once a fantasy. It was just a dream. Now we see almost everyone holding it. Number 4, take on non-complicated tasks to begin with, especially the ones that need ordinary solutions, just simple stuff. Do you have the discipline to turn your thoughts into everyday usable goods and services for people who need them? Then the world needs you. Number 5, never ever give up. Results may take time, but know that success comes to those who stick to it. It's one of those qualities that you start understanding fully as you practice them. Once you've made it a practice for at least 30 days, it naturally becomes a habit. You will discover just how easy it is to be disciplined. Good luck. Creativity. The present-day schooling system has been unchanged since the Industrial Revolution. It is effective for producing law-abiding workers for the factories, people who follow a schedule, meet deadlines, and follow orders. But the century-old system fails to meet the modern-day demands. Today, we face new problems at lightning speed. Creativity is essential to solve problems. Creativity is essential to solve them. But our outdated schools never teach that in the classrooms. Very unfortunate. Creativity is a use of imagination to solve problems. You were taught to follow rigid rules that suppressed your creativity. I know, I understand. It is high time that you let it free. Creative innovation is why we can now make a transatlantic journey in a single day. This is why the desert dwellers now live in ice-cold homes. This is why you can enjoy Wagyu beef and all those exotic food in the United States. Creativity was a key to solving your past problems, and it is a doorway to the solution of our modern ones. Here are my top 5 tools that will help you unleash your creative abilities. Follow your curiosity. Curiosity is a key to getting to the next level. It can be seen in full action in the life of a child. Children never suppress their curiosity. That's why they learn so quickly. As we grow older, we are taught to ignore it. As a result, our learning abilities diminish. Stop suppressing your curiosities. Strive to quench the desire to learn. Be a rebel. Problems are the limitations of a system. You cannot solve them by following the rules that created by them in the first place. As far as you don't hurt anybody or break the law, it's good to take the road less traveled. Broaden your horizon. Nothing reveals the true nature of things like a bird's eye view. If the situation is not improving despite your efforts, sit back and take a broad perspective of the issue. Explore the uncharted territory. Experiment with new stuff. And this brings me to my most handy tool: never be afraid of failing. Perfectionism is just another name of insecurity. Nobody is perfect. You, me, nobody. It is a goal that is only designed to strive for. A child would never learn to walk if it just sits because of the fear of failing, would it? How can you expect to be creative if you don't try something new because of the fear of failure? Scott Adams said, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Good luck.